Hello, back again. Okay, the hungry horse went from farm to farm looking for something to eat, but there were fences around the fields. The horse could not reach any of the hay or fresh grass. He just kept walking. Not wanting to be a bother, the horse did his best to stay out of everyone's way. He wandered the back roads to find some grass to nibble, but he couldn't find enough. He became thinner and thinner. One day, the horse was trotting slowly along the road into the town of Atri. He was feeling very sad. The horse walked along with his head hanging low, hoping to spot grass, a nibble here, a nibble there, and without knowing it, he was at the edge of the town. He looked up from his place on the road. The horse could see right into the center of town. Then something caught the hungry horse's eye. He craned his neck forward to be sure he was seeing correctly. Sure enough, there was a juicy green vine hanging down from a bell. A bright green leaf almost touched the ground. The horse couldn't believe his eyes. Can you see? So he's come to the same town where the mayor lives, and he is a very fair mayor, and he looks after his people, and where they ring the bell when they need it. How do they ring the bell? All right. The bright leaf looked especially delicious to the hungry horse. He went the rest of the way into the square. No one was in sight, so he walked right up to the green vine. He took the lowest leaf in his mouth, closed his eyes, and began to chew. Can you see that? There it is. There's the bell and the vine. Can you see the grapevine? Yeah, there he is. He's chewing it in juicy leaf and enjoying it. When the horse had finished eating the leaves within reach, he began to pull on the vine so he could reach the leaves that were higher up. When the old horse pulled on the vine, the bell of Atri rang out loud and clear. The knight did wrong. Ding dong, ding dong. The good people of Atri heard the bell of justice ringing. They quickly gathered in the town square to find out who had been wronged. When the mayor heard the bell, he put on his robe and called for his assistant. "We must go and make sure justice is served," said the mayor. They went to the bell. The people were surprised at the sight of the old horse tugging at the vine. The horse was so hungry he didn't even notice the people. I remember this horse, said the mayor. "This is the old knight's horse. This noble horse served the knight well for years in many a fierce battle. He was always a brave and loyal horse. Now he is hungry, without a good home. The horse deserves justice just as much as any person," said the mayor. "Send for the knight." Now the knight was called N, and "Knight," said the mayor, "this horse was your faithful servant for years when he was young. Now that he is old, you have turned him away to find food and shelter for himself, even though you have plenty of money to care for him." The townsfolk shouted, "Hear, hear, hear, hear." The mayor continued, "Knight, I hereby decree that you should pay for this horse to be properly sheltered and fed for the rest of his life." The townsfolk cheered, "Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!" They knew justice had been served. At the knight's home, the mayor's assistant took enough of the knight's gold to pay for the proper care of the horse for the rest of his days. The people of Atri used some of the knight's money to built a new stable for the horse. They took turns making sure the old horse always had plenty of hay and fresh water. The children were especially fond of the old hero, aren't you? Fond of animals? They were always coming to feed him a tasty carrot or sugar cube. Sometimes they would ride on the horse's back and pretend that they were knights. The horse felt very loved and he was very happy. Just as before, the people of Atri were, for the most part, honest and decent. They treated each other well, so the bell of Atri was seldom rung. But the story of how the old horse rang the bell for justice was told very often. Oh, I love the story, and I learned so much from it that if somebody has been looking after you and has been faithful to you, then you should look after them when they can't serve you. And you should not be selfish. You should take the responsibility. If somebody helps you, you should always give a helping hand to them and others. This is how the world goes round. Do you agree with me? Okay, love you guys. It was amazing to see you all. See you soon with another story. Ta-ta!